Alright, welcome to the answers for the divisibility rules test. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at these answers, you're going to compare them to your own test, and then circle the ones that you got wrong, and then you're going to fix them. Basically, you're going to correct your mistakes. Okay? It's up to you to correct them. Alright, so what's going to happen is you're going to be able to see this for just this class, and then I'm going to take it down. Okay? So make sure you're circling the wrong answers, and then you're going to correct them, and that will influence your mark as well. Okay? So number one, organize the numbers according to the divisibility rules. The numbers may go in more, that's important, more than one column. Okay? Okay, so here the number is 20, 22, 24, 412, 414, 2048, 2050. Show that really quickly without having to use a calculator. Obviously, they're even, right? And then I'm going to jump over to the number 5. So anything that ends in 0 and 5, that's the divisibility rule for 5. So 20, 25, 415, 2050. Okay? Now I'm going to go over to the next one is 3 here. And that's nice because we just add and divide. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So obviously that's divisible by 3. 2 plus 4 is 6. That's divisible by 3. 4 plus 1 plus 4 is 9. So that's divisible by 3. And 2 plus 4 plus 9 is 15. That might take a little bit more time. And that is divisible by 3. So those all go there. Okay. I'm going to jump right over to number 6 now. These two numbers. The hint here is that if the number is both in the divisible by 2 column and the 3 column, that means that it's also divisible by 6. So I'm looking for if any of the numbers here match any of the numbers here. And look, there's 24 and 24. Those work. Excellent. And 414 and 414. And that's how I got those numbers. Okay. Now, the next one, divisible by 4. And you have to look at the last 2 digits to see if any of those numbers are divisible by 4. So 20 divided by 4 is 5, so that goes there. 24 is divisible by 4, and that's 6. 4 and 12, I'm just looking at the 1 and the 2, and 12 is divisible by 4 for 3, so that goes in that column. And 48, the number 48 is also divisible by 4. 48 divided by 4 is 12, so that goes there. And that's it for question number 1. Okay, going on to number 2. Determine the factors of the following numbers. Okay, so I'm going to actually jump right to C right now. And this one's really, it's a prime number, which means the factor is only 1 and 29. Okay, now I'm going to pause it. I'm going to plop these in. The answers for 48 and for 200. Okay, so for 48, you can multiply 1 and 48 to get 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, and 6 and 8. So these are all the factors for the number 48. Okay, the answers for 2b, 1 times 200, always, right? It's 1 and the number itself. And then 2 times 100, 4 times 50, 5 times 40, 8 times 25, and 10 times 20. Okay, so those are the answers for number 2. Again, circle or write in the ones you did not get right. Okay, and then do those corrections. Okay, on to the proficient questions. Alright, so I did ask you to create a circle. I'm going to ask for your forgiveness. Again, I'm doing this on the iPad with my big fingers here. So here's my Venn diagram. Okay, not exactly perfect circles, but that's what we're going to use. Alright, and then out of these numbers here, I went through and identified the ones that are divisible by 9. So the first thing I did is these are 63 is divisible by 9, 90 as well, okay, 135, and 153. Okay, those are the numbers that are only divisible by 9. These other numbers here are divisible by 9, but they're also divisible by 8, so they go in the middle. 72, 144, and 288. Okay. Alright, so now finally, the numbers that are divisible by 8 but not by 9 are actually all the numbers that are left. That's the way I built the question, actually. So we're looking at 64, 80, 136, and 152. All right. Okay, we're going to go on to the next question. Okay, so when I brought this across, the didn't really do the formatting, but that's okay. I'm just going to make a little cross here. So divisible by 10, divisible by 6, not divisible by 10, not divisible by 6. Okay, I'm going to disappear for a second, and the numbers are just going to pop up, and you're going to see the answers. And again, circular, putting the answers in the right spots, and then you're going to have to do the corrections. Okay, in the spot where the numbers are divisible by 6 as well as by 10, numbers 30, 60, 90, and 120 are all divisible by both of those numbers. In the spot where they're divisible by 6 but not divisible by 10, numbers 24, 36, 48, 66, and 1002. And in this box here, where they're divisible by 10 but not divisible by 6, the numbers 40, 50, 100, and 1000. In the final box, we like to call the new box, are the numbers 105, 1001, 1011. All right, we're going to go on to the next page, which is the last proficient question. Hi again, crew. So now we're doing a Carroll diagram. You had to be really careful here because you had to really see that we're talking about factors of 48, not factors, and then divisible by 3 and not divisible. So this is really seeing if you understand divisibility and factors as well as the Carroll diagram all together. All right. So when I imported this, unfortunately, it cut off the top question. What's going to happen is I'm just going to show the numbers all in a row to you, and then I'll talk about them all at the same time. Okay? Okay, so here we go. So out of those numbers, the numbers that are divisible by 3, as well as being factors of 48, are these numbers here. Now, if you're paying really close attention, you'll see that the factors of 48, you should have created them already in question 2 in the acceptable questions. So you could have looked there and identified all the factors and then started doing it. All the factors of 48, so like I said, those answers from question 2 in the acceptable question, would be going in this column here. Okay? Automatically know they're going there. So what I did first when I did this question is I put the factors in here if they're not divisible by 3 or divisible by 3. 3, 6, 8. Oh, 8, Mr. Langstrat. Horrendous. Why is that a problem? Because 8 is not divisible by 3. 8 should be belonging down here. Okay, so going back, we have 3, 6, 12 is divisible, 24 is divisible, 48 is divisible. And then not divisible by 3, 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Okay, now things are divisible by 3, but not factors of 48, which are those other numbers in that row, 9, 15, and 18. And then not divisible and not factors, my no box, 5, 7, 10, and 11. Okay, I'm going to talk about the mastery question here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the answer. Okay, now I'm going to give you the answer, but that means that you need to be creating the explanation. I will mark each of these individually. All right, so the answer for this mastery question is 5 are the fewest numbers of members there could be on a team. Some people will try to say 1, but that's not a team, that's a single person. Okay, so team has to be more than 1, all right, and the answer is 5. That is the fewest number of members there could be on a team. Okay, the volleyball question. 918 players are entered in the tournament. Each team has the same number of players. That's really important. So this is equality. How many players could there be on a team without going over the maximum of 12 players per team, as well as meeting the minimum of 6? Sneaky Mr. Langstrat, there's actually 2. The answer is 6 or 9. Okay. Again, I'm going to leave this to you, and you're going to have to work out the answer to it. Next up, question 3, the final question. All right, Kristen and her photography for the yearbook. Okay, so it's asking how many photographs could you put in each row without going over 10 per row, because that's as far as you have room for on the page. Okay, so there are none left over. That's really the important part. And the answer here is 5. Okay, and I'm not going to give you the explanation. You need to work out the explanation for me. All right. So again, now that we've gone through the test, you need to look at all of the questions you've done, circle the answers that you did incorrectly, and fix those mistakes, as well as give explanations for the mastery questions, please. All right. Thank you very much.